Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please remain standing for the moment of silence.
Quite frankly, at one point in time, it was possible to just simply hand out resumes to anybody. You could hand out a resume and expect that you might actually hear back from the company just based on the resume itself. Today, however, networking is so much more important because in order to be able to get that job, you have to make the connections. 90% of resumes get weeded out by AI or other tools before you ever even get in front of a real person. By meeting the people who matter, by meeting those people and shaking their hand and saying, "Hi, I'm whatever your name is," you make an impression on them and potentially get your resume moved to the front of the line. When you're meeting people, people forget a business card. You get a business card all the time from various businesses, but you don't forget that person standing in front of you who took your hand and gave you a firm handshake and said, "Hi, I'm Eric." When you're dealing with screens take a lot of attention from you. We like to sit here, and even I occasionally like to pick up my phone and spend a little bit of time just scrolling mindlessly on a video. But once again, a person standing in front of you, talking to you about whatever it is that you're doing, that person, by having that personal connection, you establish yourself as more than just some bits on an electronic screen. You're now real, and in a way that you never can be on this. And on top of that, by getting in front of somebody, sure, are you going to get a job from this particular job fair? Maybe not. They may not have any available jobs today, but simply getting that opportunity to say, "Hi, I'm your name," to a live person is practice in the art of doing that. It's getting that practice in that is so crucial to actually scoring that job later on. So coming to a job fair like this, it's entirely possible that these companies will not have an open job today. But by simply showing up, talking to these potential employers, meeting these people who maybe today aren't the movers and shakers who determine whether there is an available job, but maybe in 3-4 years, when you get done with college or get done with vocational training outside of school, outside of the high school, maybe they're the people who will be in that position to be able to give you the referral internally to be able to get that job 3-4 years down the road. Never mind, once again, the practice that you get simply doing this. By standing in front of those people and saying, "Hi, I'm me," and giving your name and talking about the company and learning about what it is that they're looking for, it does a couple of things. One of them is, you get the practice. It also lets you see what the companies are looking for so that you can tailor the things that you decide to do over the next few years to getting the job that you really want. As much as we don't like to admit it, first impressions are everything. If you walk into an interview or walk up to somebody and you're dressed sloppy and you're dressed in street clothes or like you're going to the beach, people's first impression is not that you're there to do business. Whether you intend to do business or not, that's not going to be the first thing that they're going to see. The first thing they're going to see is, hey, this kid is looking to go play on the beach, and they're not really serious about this. If you show up and you dress in professional dress, you dress up, heck, even a suit, okay? If you dress up like you mean business, people are going to assume you mean business. Whether we like it or not, it's how we're all wired. Nobody looks at somebody in board shorts and a ratty t-shirt and thinks, hey, he's going to go make the next SpaceX, okay? He's going to be the next leader of Microsoft or the next leader of Google. You don't think that. You look at that person and go, hey, he's going to the beach. He might be going on vacation. Is he really going to work hard for me? Sadly, that's the way it is. So in conclusion, for all of that, this right here is a unique opportunity for you to practice, to get exposure within the market, but also to expose yourself to what's coming in the market and what's available out there. And ultimately, maybe to get yourself a job coming out of high school.
I think networking is so important because you can get face-to-face with people and they can really get to know you and get to know your personality, and you can see if it's a good fit for you, but they can also see if you're a good fit for them. You're just going to get to talk with people, hopefully future employers, things like that. And like I said, that way you can decide what kind of career pathway that you think would be a good fit for you. And not just the pathway, but like the teams and the people that work there. So if you're constantly looking down while people are trying to talk to you, they're going to feel like you are not confident in what you're saying, you're not confident in what you're doing, and they don't want to hire somebody that they feel like isn't going to be able to do a good job because they don't have the confidence to do it. So if you can keep eye contact, you can smile, you can give them a good handshake, you're going to leave a really good first impression, and those first impressions last. You want to dress nice, so that way you look well groomed, well polished, well put together. And again, it just gives that first impression of like you're responsible, you're respectful, you're professional, and you can handle whatever job it is that you're interviewing for or looking for. It's so critical so that way you can get a good idea of what it is you're wanting to do after high school. Some people want to go to college, some people don't necessarily want to go that route, and that's okay. I don't necessarily think you have to go to college, but it gives you a good idea of what's out there regardless of what your plans right after high school are, especially if those plans end up changing. Absolutely. My first interview, I was so nervous and I literally remember freezing during one of the questions. And so the more that you can get that experience and just get comfortable talking with people, it's only going to serve you better in the future.
When you're looking for a job, networking is very important for you to do because you never know who would be connected with different jobs, who would be connected with different, in our case, clinics or something of that sort, whether it be the person you're talking to or somebody that they know, have a relationship with that can pass on your information to them that you may not otherwise meet in the process.
An event like the job fair helps the seniors by giving them person-to-person contact instead of staring at their screens. That way they can work on eye contact, handshaking, and actually coming up with their thoughts instead of corrections with the computer. It is crucial for these students to ask for information about a job. Even if they do not get hired, they can find out inside roles like what they need, what skills they can work on, and how they can have other opportunities.
When students dress the part, they begin to see themselves as professionals, not just students. Even if students don't get the job offer, every interaction improves communication skills, and rejection builds character.